So in this video, hi all, in this video basically we talks about the update operation. So in the CRUD operation, the next one is basically the update operation. That is what actually we are going to see here. So in this update operation, basically we have three major functions. One is actually the update one function, and the other one is basically the update many function. The other one is actually replace one function. So these are the three different functions which you have now. So we will see the rest of that in detail by going to the update document. So in the update documents, if you could see, I'm just going to copy these details because it will be easier for us to work in that. So these are the details which we have now. Now we are going to update something. So whenever, the main thing which you have to keep in mind is that whenever you have to update something, then you need to use the set operator. Okay, so you are copying this. So what you are basically doing is that go to the item paper. Okay, in that the item document which has the paper as item, and in that set, okay, this value, I mean like size.uom, okay, set that value to cm and set the status to p. And also if you see any current date, then you can actually change it to last modified true. This is what actually we are saying. So we will go to the ID here and update it. So you could see that this is how you will get the output. So acknowledge true, and all those information will be actually given to you. And then if you want to try that, what you could do is that you could use your find db.find, and in that you can actually check for the status p. Okay, and if you enter, you could see that those status, I mean like with the paper, when you go to the paper, in the item paper you have actually changed its status from A to P, right? This is what it is. And you have also added something called last modified, where you have actually taken the system time and added it, with this thing. So this is what you have done. So when the one thing which you have to keep in mind is that if you want to update something, then you can actually update, then you will have this set operator. So that is required. So this is your set one, and you can also have set many. Okay, so in set many, so for all those quantities where the value is less than 50, you do this updation. That is the meaning of it. So you could actually try that. So you are actually updating many documents here, right? So once again, so many documents here. So let me copy once again, otherwise it will not work. So I'm just copying it and I'm just pasting it here. So when you look that, say matched count is actually 9. So many documents has been actually updated. So when you look at here, I'm just taking those out. So when I take that, you could see that there are so many things which has been updated with yes, see here. So for the values, sorry, what was the updation which we did? So it is like for those which is actually less than 50, right? Okay, so for those which is actually less than 50, yes, the quantity is less than 50, you have updated this particular value, and you have changed the status to P, right? In the same way, your quantity has to be less than, yeah, so the quantity is actually less than, so like that, it has taken actually all the values and it has updated these two values to P. And so you can also update multiple documents like this. This is also possible, right? So now there is one more thing which is called the replace. So you have got this replace one document at a time. So in that replace one document, the syntax will look like, so go to this, I want you to do some change in the item paper. In that, what you have to do is that replace one item paper. So even if it is actually item paper, you have to add this particular data. So you are adding some extra data in that. Okay, so that is what basically you are actually doing, right? So here if you could see the item paper, okay, in item paper you don't have in stock. Okay, so you don't have any in stock here, right? So that you are actually going to change. That is what you are going to do. So CLS, so what you could do is that I'm just copying this and adding it here, and if I am going to find those data. So I'm going to, instead of replace one, I'm going to use find. I'm going to use find, and to the end, right? So if you could see that the paper, in all the paper documents, actually they have in the paper documents actually they have actually added the in stock warehouse. Okay, in stock warehouse is equal to 60, that has been added. Okay, so this is what actually you could see. So you have actually added one more, I mean, like in the paper you have actually added with simply the item paper, you have actually replaced it with this particular data. So this is what you could actually see. So that's all about it. So about the update documents. So when you look at here, yes, these are the update one is there, and yes, so probably we will look over to the delete as well. So if you want to delete the collection, so you have this delete operation here. So when you look at it, you have delete many and delete one. So for that, I am going to copy this documents here. So I am just updating my data, and for updating the data, sorry, so what I will do is CLS, I am just clearing it, I am just taking it once again. So I am just taking this data and I am going to put this data here. So there is only one click possible. So if you are not clicking it properly, then you will not be able to paste it. Okay, so these are the data which we have now. So now in that, so you have this journal, quantity, size and status. So these are the data which we have. Say you can actually delete all. So before going to delete all, what I will do is that I will try to show you, like, delete something with the a single document. So I have something called delete one, right? So the delete one, you are actually like asking to delete with the status D. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and it will say that it has deleted. So if I'm trying to find something, so I'm just going to find. Okay, I'm going to use find, and if I'm trying, so you have actually deleted only one. So it is actually delete one. So you, out of all the documents, you have actually deleted one, right? One with the status D has been the, whatever be the first one which was there based on the MongoDB ID, which is actually given there, that has been actually deleted. So maybe I could use this ID itself. Okay, so what I will do is that I'm just copying this particular ID. Okay, and I could say instead of D, comma, this one also. Okay, I will I can say this ID. I'm just taking the ID which is there. Okay, I'm just taking this particular ID. Sometimes these things will not work at all. It's a headache. I mean, like, yeah. So if you want to do that, if you see, so which is the ID which you want to delete. Okay, you are actually finding that, yes. So you can actually go to the delete one. Okay, so you can actually update this with delete one. So where is it? Yes, delete one. So delete one, this O is actually capital, right? So this one, if you could see, and I'm going to find the ones with the D. So you could not find, or say in the find, I'm going to find the one with the, okay, so this is fine, right? Yes, so it will say nothing, right? So now you hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to say. So you can actually delete it. So I actually deleted the one with the status ID and this particular object ID. Okay, so it gave me the answer. It gave me the answer like see here, it has deleted the count 1, right? Now I am trying to find the, I'm trying to find with exactly that one, like in object ID, the one which I have given, and the status ID. I am not getting any results here. That means that that has been deleted, right? Now you can also have like delete many. Okay, so delete many, if you want to use it, you can simply use it like that. Okay, you are actually selecting it, and it will delete everything which is actually there. So now when you try to find those with the delete So I'm just going to give a fine. So this is how you will actually check. So this kind of a cross checking. So it's not giving anything with the status A. So that means that everything is actually deleted. And now the other one which you have to, which I want to show you is this. Actually it's like delete everything from deleteMany. It's like delete everything from your delete all the documents, exactly. So that's what we have to do. So if you do that, it has deleted actually everything. So now I'm going to find not with anything, but simply I'm just going to call it, and if you could see, nothing is actually displayed. Okay, so that means that all the documents has been deleted, right? So this is something where you will use this delete operation. Now apart from that, the something which I wanted to tell you is about the sort operator. So sort operator, just to tell you about the sort operator. So here I am actually, because I have deleted everything. So now what I am going to do is that use I am saying like use, yeah. So now okay, I'll show you that and then come here. So before going to the sort operator, say if you want to know about all the collection names which you have used, okay, if you want to know about all the collection names which you have actually used, then you have something called get.collection name. So if you use that, it will give you actually a set of all your collections in the I mean like in an array. Say if I have used restaurants, okay, use restaurants here. Okay, now the DB has switched to DB restaurants. Now here I am going to again go back to inventory. Okay, now I am using the db.collection names, it is restaurant, and here if I am using restaurants and if I am using this collection names, it is restaurants. Okay, I mean like this is the DB name. So this is what I want you to understand, because there was a little bit of confusion to the students. I mean like, ma'am, how can I use that it is the DB name, or how will I know that it is so this is the DB name, and in that your collection is inventory as well. Okay, so if you use restaurants, that means it is the DB, so it is actually switched to DB restaurants. So it is very clear. Okay, so that means that if you are using say restaurants, okay, this is the DB, in that you have the collection, whatever be the collection name which you want. Say if I am using inventory, and here I started using this db.inventory, that means that in the inventory DB, my collection name is also inventory. You getting my point? In the DB inventory, my collection name is also inventory. That's the meaning of it. So the students got confused by having the same meaning, I mean like the same names. So you have the DB name as inventory, and in that your first collection name is also inventory. Okay, so say from here, if I am using I will show you this one. Say from within the inventory, I am trying to say use the sort operation. So I am taking the sort operation. I will show you the sort operation. So for that, say I am going to create another collection. So db dot is collection name, right? So I am going to use this restaurants. Okay, so what I will do is that I am in the inventory DB. I am in the inventory DB. In that I am going to create a new collection called restaurants. Okay, now when I am using, say I will so now what I will do is that so now here I am going to get the collection names. So now when you see that in your inventory DB you have two collections, that is restaurants and inventory. You getting my point? So inventory is the DB name, and in that you created your collection name as inventory itself. It is not their mistake, it's our mistake. I mean like, if you wanted your DB name and the collection name to be different, then you could have used invent, or you could have used something else. Okay, so within this particular inventory DB, now you have two collections. Okay, and in this collection, whatever be the documents, actually we have just deleted. Now now what you could do is that, so now you are within this restaurants. Okay, so for that, within the restaurants, now what you have to do is that you are going to use the sort operation. Okay, so in the sort operation, this is the way that you will use the sort operation. So when you use the sort operation, you could see that it is actually sorted based on the borough, right? So what is there in your restaurants? In your restaurants, you have like borough equal to Manhattan, borough equal to Queens, borough equal to Brooklyn, borough equal to Manhattan, like that, right? So here what you are actually asking you to do is that sort, you are using the sort operator upon the concept borough, okay, upon the element borough, and what it will do is that it comes under the aggregate, okay, function. It comes under the aggregate function. So when you look at here, the whole documents which has got borough has been retrieved, and that has been sorted in the in the ascending order. I mean, like you have Brooklyn, you have Manhattan, so it is in the alphabetical order. So it has been done with in the help of the alphabetical order. So this is nothing but the sort operation. So understand there is some operator called sort operator which actually comes within the aggregate. Okay. So hope you understood this thing. So it is very important to understand this. So there is something called get collection names, which will give you all the collections within that particular DB. So this is the DB, okay, within all that DB in an array. Okay. Now the next one which I wanted to tell you is that you can also use show collections. Okay, you can also use show collections. But this will just give you the list of all your so under the inventory DB you have one collection named inventory itself and another collection called restaurants. That is the meaning of it. Okay. And yes, now the final last one which you have to learn is about say if you want to drop the collections. Okay, say I want to drop this restaurants collection in that. Okay, so now what I will do, say I will drop the inventory collection. Okay, so what I will do is that I will drop the inventory collection, so you will be able to clearly understand what I am meaning. Okay, so I am inventory collection. Okay, so I am trying to drop that. So true means it is actually dropped. Okay, it is actually dropped. That's the meaning of it. Now if I am using show collections, it will simply give you restaurants alone. So you still have your inventory DB, and in the inventory DB you have only one collection, restaurants. Okay. Now I am again going to drop the restaurants collections in that. So I am going to drop the restaurants collection and dropping it. So true. So now if I am going show collections, there is nothing which is there to show. You get it? So now, okay ma'am, so now how can I actually drop the DB itself? For dropping the DB, the thing is you have to db.drop database. So whichever be the database you are in and from where you are actually using. So you are actually in the database DB, and from where you are actually using this particular db.drop database, what will happen is that yes, you have dropped the inventory. So now when you are actually trying to, what I will do is that I will use show DBs. If I give show DBs, you will not be able to see the inventory database here. So this restaurants is actually which I have actually created as a database itself. So don't worry about this restaurants. This restaurants is not the collection restaurant which we have seen. Okay, this is actually something which I have actually made as a database itself for another application. Okay, for another application. So don't get confused by this restaurant. This is a DB, and the one which we dropped here was a collection. Okay. So now if we want to say db.drop so what you could do is that use restaurants. So I am inside the restaurants DB, and in that show collections. Do I have any collections there? Nothing is there. So here I am using the db.drop database. Yes, it is dropped, right? Now I am using show DBs. So you could see that maybe the spelling is actually wrong or anything like that. So there was a small mistake from where I have actually dropped the database. So that's why it was not gone. Okay, so now when you see this, you could see that the restaurants database is actually dropped. Okay, so now you can actually go back. So this is how you have to understand that how you can actually go back and use your. So this is actually your whole category of databases. Okay, so you will have a database, and from the database you will have this you will have the collections, and in the collections you will have the documents. And so that's all it is. So if you have any issues or anything like that, just try different ways out and try to understand. So in this particular class, basically what we have learned is that we have actually learned about the CRUD operations. Okay, so there are 4 CRUD operations: create, read, update and delete, and bulk write we are not going to see. So create operation we have actually learned about insert one, insert many, and read is nothing but all your querying comes over here. So querying comes over here. So find, so all those things which we have, and the different types of find which we have seen. Okay, and we have also seen about the update operation where we have update one, update many and the replace, and we have also seen about the delete where we have delete one, delete many, and we have also seen the drop database. Okay, so this is what we have seen. Now one thing which I wanted to tell you initially is that in the CRUD operations, okay, if you are actually in the CRUD, so probably in the introduction, where is it is, it's in the introduction I guess. So in the introduction, yeah, so this is the initial part which you have to just go through. You will have, you are using a document database, and you will have the collections. They are actually nothing but the views or the materialized views which I used to tell you, right? And there is something called sharding, which you will learn later. So sharding is basically for distributed data, for say you have a lot of machines across, and if you want to make your data distributed across the machines or across a cluster of machines, then you will use this concept called sharding. Okay, so that's all which I wanted to tell you. Yeah, so hope you'll be able to understand what it is, and you'll be able to learn what it is. Okay, so that's all. So this document is very, very important, so you can actually take the help of this document and use it. And for you to just have an easier this thing, I will also upload this document in the GitHub and give it there. So if in case you want any issues, you can also go through this. So that's all. So make your hands dirty, and if you have any issues, always get back to me. All the best. Thank you.